with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and very mild good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester. Take a look outside. The fog is pretty much lifted over much of the area. We are finding out, though, that over in Michigan's Thumb, it's still a little tacky in spots. Obviously, the big concern this morning were the roadways because of that fog and the moisture and temperatures holding right around that freezing mark. We might have some slippery spots, but overall, it finished up not all that bad the morning commute. And now we're moving into midday. And Matthew, on the thermometer right now, we're moving right up.
Yeah, so over at the airport, it's cloudy at 36. Over in Midland, it's also cloudy at 36. Here at Radio Center, it's cloudy at 35. We have southwest winds at 8 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.08, and it's steady.
We had a couple of people tell us this morning they were anticipating a high temperature of about 37, 38 degrees. I got a funny feeling we're going to crack 40 here by the time the day is all done, because we are going to be looking at a southwest wind picking up as we go into the afternoon, gusting up to right around 25 miles per hour. That is going to be drafting some warmer air up at us. And as a result, we could see a glimpse of some sunshine later on this afternoon. Hopefully, you're going to be living a charmed life on your back porch and you're going to see a sunset. We haven't seen one of those in a while, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. As we go into the later afternoon, some areas to the west of us in central Michigan along that 127 corridor are going to see some clearing skies, and that depending on how early in the afternoon that happens, that obviously will determine just our chances of seeing a sunset tonight, which is right around 5:45. So the forecast is all encompassing because of a low pressure system, which is north of Lake Superior. It's dragging a front, and a high pressure system over Iowa. So what's going to happen is the frontal system is going to be dropping down through the state tomorrow. And along with that is going to come just a little bit of a cooling on the temperatures as we go into the day. There will be some spotty drizzle because of that frontal passage. But before that, we are going to be looking at some clearing skies tonight and then clouds moving in once again after midnight this evening. Our low temperature tonight will be right about where we're at. So we're going to continue to climb ever so slowly and then only drop down to about 36 for a low tonight with that southwest wind. During the day tomorrow, clouds front will be sliding through the state. The low pressure system it's attached to will remain north of Lake Superior, heading right straight east. So spotty drizzle, 42 for a high tomorrow, 30 for a low tomorrow night. We'll have a west breeze tomorrow, a light west breeze, really, about 5, 7, 8 miles per hour, and that's going to be it. Once that front moves through, the clouds will continue, drizzle, as I said, 30 degrees for a low, and we'll have a light north breeze, about 7, 8 miles per hour. That's tomorrow. Then on Friday, decreasing clouds in the morning, a very good chance of seeing just plain old sun Friday afternoon, which will be a relief. 36 for a high on Friday, 28 for a low on Friday night. High pressure over Lake Superior is the reason why we're going to see the clouds on the decrease. And everything will continue as we go into the weekend, everything being partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies with not too much activity going on. High pressure over Iowa is the main reason why we're going to see mostly sunny skies on Saturday, partly to mostly sunny on Sunday. Temperatures in the low 40s both days. And then moving into the beginning of the work week next week, we'll continue with the partly cloudy skies upper 30s to low 40s for highs to at least start the week off. Long range for next week is much above average on those temperatures, sliding into a little bit more of a normal precipitation pattern, which means that the second half of the work week next week, we could see a little bit more precip occurring. But to take us all the way through the 13th of February, so we're talking Fat Tuesday, much above average on the temperatures, average as far as the moisture goes. Warmest ever day for January the 31st was 1989. Our high temperature, record high temperature on that date is 55. That was our high. The low was 35. And the coldest ever, January the 31st, was set back just about 5 years ago, 2019. Record amount of snowfall on this date, 12.5 inches of snow set back in 1914. And as we indicated before, 5:46 is sunset. Sunrise tomorrow morning is at 7:53. And oh yeah, we don't want to forget the record low on this date that was set back in 1994, 15 below zero. Thank goodness, Matthew.
Yeah, that's a little bit too cold for me.
Yeah. You'd need more than that stocking cap you got on right
I
now.
I agree.
More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, who have we got?
Up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Being prepared, that's what it's all about. Get ready. 2024 is going to be one of those years. I got a funny feeling. And you want to protect yourself against the bad things and take advantage of the good. Working with the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Remember, they're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Now, you can get a hold of their agents directly on the cell phones for questions or emergencies, or you can call the home office, 989-868-4722. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Over to Star of the West we go. Cody Harris joining us this morning. And Cody, here it's Wednesday. I took a look at the markets before we went on the air, and I kept thinking to myself, Cody can't cut a break on these markets. It seems like every Wednesday we got double-digit drops here somewhere along the line. What's going on today?
Well, like you said again, it looks like I'm going to be the bearer of bad news again here this week. Kind of across the board, like I said, might be seeing a little bit of a correction from yesterday. Had a great kind of bounce yesterday from some technical lows, especially on corn and soybeans. But like we've kind of been looking at for the last, it seems like a couple months now here. Weather in South America is definitely a primary focus. And today, I think we were reading and we got some news that in Brazil that there's some showers that are expected to return and last for a few weeks. And that market seemed to turn pretty quickly once that news kind of came out across the board. But jumping into it right now, we got cash wheat. That's down 11 at the moment. 570 on the white, 605 on, 570 on the white, 480 on the red. New crop wheat, that's down 10 at the moment, 605 on the white, 525 on the red. Looking over at corn, cash corn's down 1 at 367. New crop corn, that's down 1 as well at 414. Looking over at soybeans, cash soybeans are down 8 at the moment at 1126. And new crop soybeans are down 6 at 1111.
I got a funny feeling your phone isn't ringing a lot these days.
It's definitely pretty quiet. I mean, guys who've done some future contracts actually been talking to a few guys, maybe kind of looking out, maybe at some 25 crop, or kind of just planning out to maybe take advantage of this mark, kind of, especially in the wheat market as we get through spring, and kind of maybe seeing how this crop kind of comes through the winter time. But it's definitely been quiet for sure with these markets.
Well, I'm real curious because a lot of wheat fields around here don't have much of any snow cover now. And a lot of that ground is not froze, is it?
Yeah, that's correct on that. It seemed like we got some snow, last couple weeks here, kind of the traders, or at least some of the guys I was talking to, even here locally, kind of we took a little deep breath to protect that wheat. But definitely, with this snow melting off of this rain and stuff here today, it seems like now that kind of maybe there could be some concerns if we get any maybe kind of some bad weather here, especially up in the some region here in Michigan and maybe northern Ohio with some of the guys I've been talking to. There might be some concerns of some crop damage and that, but I mean those are just speculations right now. And actually, kind of we were talking here this morning with a couple other guys that I think we were looking. I think I saw this morning Kansas City was actually rated 54% good to excellent compared to like 20% a year ago. So as far as maybe there's not as much snow cover to protect this crop, it seems maybe across the countryside we're doing a little better than expected.
And right now it looks as though our long range weather is not indicating any cold snaps per se. I mean, we still could get them, but the odds right now are in favor of a continuation of above average temperatures right into the beginning of summer, if you can believe that. So, boy, talk about a strange year already. Something else. Cody, you take care.
Yeah, you guys as well. Thank you.
You bet. It's a little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The Market Report brought to you by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture for well over 125 years. Now they've got 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. And by Schaefer and Beerline. I know there's folks out there shopping. They're looking for a brand new 1500 Ram. Some of you, a Ram heavy-duty pickup, a ProMaster van, or even a Ram commercial truck. But you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is. Well, guess what? There is one out there. Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
How we doing now?
Kind of mixed today. Commodities obviously down. Crude oil's down $1.50, so that's kind of healthy. Of course, we got a Fed meeting at 2:00 today. Nothing expected, just words. So like they say, words can be more devastating than the sword. So we'll see what happens. But the job growth came in at 107,000. That's less than expected. 145,000 they were looking for. So that bodes for a rate cut somewhere down the line, but not today. What else? Elon Musk has to return that $55 billion pay package that he took, I don't know, a year and a half ago or something like that. The judge says he can't prove that he earned it, and I got news for that judge, and I don't think any CEO has ever earned the pay package they've gotten, but they keep it. They seem to keep it. I don't know. What am I saying? But Mike Gill got shot Monday. He was the head of the CFTC, Commodities Futures and Trading Corporation under Trump in Washington, D.C., and he lived through it. But just another reason not ever to go to Washington, D.C., because you can't defend yourself even if you wanted to. So it's kind of ugly. He's expected to survive, though. So my gosh, I don't know.
Well, hopefully he didn't go to the same hospital that the Secretary of Defense went to.
You're right.
Wow.
Stay away from that swamp. I got to tell you.
No kidding.
Every day I say thank you. I don't live there, but. So anyway, here's your numbers. The March corn is 445 1/4, down 2.5. July corn 464 1/4, down 3. March soybeans 1207 3/4, down 11. July soybeans 1227 3/4, down 8.5. March wheat is 593 1/2, down 12, and July wheat 609, down 11 1/4. Crude oil 76.23, down $1.59. Heating oil $283.63, up 3 cents. Gasoline 221.26, down 4.8 cents. Natural gas is 2.15 1/4. That's up 7.5 cents. Over to currencies. Canadian dollar. The U.S. dollar buys $1.3390 Canadian. That's down 6 ticks. The dollar buys 146.31 yen. That's down 129 ticks. The euro's at 108.48, up 8 ticks. And the dollar's at 103.19, down 20 ticks. Gold is at $2,048.70, up $17.20 an ounce. Silver's 23.24, that's up 2 cents. And platinum's at $939.10, up $7.40.
You have a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, Doug.
All right. Yep.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by Frankenmuth Credit Union. Yeah, they do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Stop by any of their conveniently located offices today and see how they can become your hometown financial solution. Find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org. And by the folks at Legendary Tree Care. You need some trimming done? How about tree removal? Well, you do need Legendary Tree Care because no job is too big, no job is too small. They're fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com. That's how you can find them or like them on Facebook. Remember, they're there when you need them. Along with us, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, what's going on today?
Oh, geez, we're out of meetings today, so we're having some fun. But, your last commercial with Legendary Tree Care, with the weather the way it is back at home right now is perfect time to get out and get some trees trimmed, particularly the oaks and the elms. But, all the trees, you can see structure. A lot of that trimming should be thinning, and hardly ever should you top trees. It creates weak structure long-term. And if you have to top a tree for some reason, think about removal because long-term you're creating a weak tree. So don't top trees, but now is the time to start thinning them, open them up, and all those branches that fall off all year long, if we can collect them now and cut them out, they won't fall later in the season.
And all those branches that came down over the winter so far.
That's right. I've got about 4 or 5 in my yard. I'll get a little bit later. But
kidding.
It's a great time to get that tree trimming done.
All righty. Jerry, take care. We'll talk to you again.
Yes, sir.
Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Quick break, and then who do we have up, Matthew?
Up next, we have Bill Webster from Nutrien Ag.
But first, this.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. For the Caggianos, it's keeping their yard pristine with the John Deere Z530M Z-Track mower. Because for them, it's not just a yard, it's a brewery where friends and family can get together.
Jump out of the house, a cup of coffee, and I'm at work. We're definitely outdoor people.
They run the only farm-to-pint brewery on Long Island, harvest their own hops, and keep things tidy for their guests.
People say, what are you? Are you a farmer or a brewer? So I say I'm a farmer brewer.
But when you love what you do, it's not really work.
Work and play kind of meld together for us, so it's like very satisfying to finish the giant tract of lawn and have it look beautiful when you're finished.
Run with us on a Z530M mower and start telling your story.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Benton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Bill Webster with Nutrien Ag joining us this morning. And Bill, we were just talking a little bit earlier during our commodities quotes about the soil out there and the wheat. Wheat seems to have lost a lot of its cover. And there's not much of any frost in the ground right now either.
Yeah, we've noticed that because we've got fertilizer to spread and we can't. I think the wheat will probably be okay. It's a very resilient crop. Granted, it doesn't have any cover, but looking at the long-range forecast, probably our biggest fear is too warm, too long to break dormancies where our real problem's going to come in.
Yeah. Now, what should producers be looking at right now? What are they asking you, Bill?
Well, they're basically seeing where fertilizer prices are going as usual, and chemical prices, and we're getting ready to start delivering seed. So have customers open their doors because we don't like to jam it all up in April. It's hard to get it done, so we need to start early.
Yeah. And do you think there's going to be weight restrictions this year? I mean, really, we haven't seen much cold weather, have we?
No, but I think you'll see some because amazingly the roads were clear when we got down to minus whatever it was. So there's frost underneath the road, but there's not frost underneath the field. So
Yeah.
they always put restrictions on. They may not last very long.
Yeah. Yeah. Good advice. Bill, you take care. Have a great day. Okay.
Yep. You too, Terry.
You bet. Bill Webster over at Nutrien Ag. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Krizak's House Family Restaurant. You got to supply the food for an event coming up. Not a problem. Call 989-894-5531. Krizak's House, a great place to dine in as well. And don't forget Punchki Day, the day before Ash Wednesday at Krizak's House in Bay City. Had a chance last week to talk to Jody Pollock-Newsome with the Michigan Wheat Board. And there were a lot of things going on regarding wheat at the Crop Summit. Jody seemed to be pretty pleased with the presentations.
Oh, we have had great information on wheat. We started out with our Yen wrap-up meeting for Yen members on Tuesday. So we got everybody all excited and geared up and ready to go. And there have been awesome presentations learning what can you do with that wheat crop? How can you make sure that you're getting the most out of it? What decisions help the most when it comes to management? Just great information.
Now, you mentioned about Yen. How is it going so far?
It's going great, but if growers want to get involved for 24, you need to get signed up by February 2nd. If you go to our website, mywheat.org, you can register for Yen, and you can also register for the annual meeting.
That is going to be when?
That is February 21st. This year it's back in the Lansing area in Bath, and we are calling it a production palooza with Dennis Pennington and Wheat Pete. It's going to be great discussion about production and very open and very frank. And I think growers will learn a lot, and I know we'll have fun.
Well, the nice thing about wheat growers is there's been a lot of new initiatives to keep them interested to start with, and it's been very beneficial to their farming operation.
It really has. At the annual meeting, in addition, we're going to have Dr. Eric Olson there, the wheat breeder, and he is going to share with them what new varieties are out there on the horizon. So you're going to know what you can incorporate into your program.
Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Sure Crop Fertilizers. They offer a wide variety of liquid crop nutrient products, premium starters, micronutrients, biostimulants, and foliars that are farmer tested, proven, and trusted across the wide range of crops and geographies. Get a hold of Kurt Fisher, who's the local representative. He's committed to helping you best utilize the Sure Crop line of crop nutrition products to achieve great returns through healthy fields and optimum yields. He'll hook you up with your local dealer. So just call Kurt today at 989-289-2134. And speaking of local dealer, one of the local dealers in the area is Freeland Bean and Grain. They've got the great selection of products from Sure Crop and Nature's that can help you increase your yields. And of course, if you need the expertise of a certified crop advisor, the Kupfer's ready to take care of you as well. Freeland Bean and Grain since 1983. They've been serving you. Serving you is their business. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor, new parts for old tractors made easy. You know, they do understand how to keep your life and job both running if your tractor stops running. All you got to do is give them a call, 800-234-3280, or visit their website at steinertractor.com. Art Lewis just mentioned to us that the Weight restrictions begin this Friday. We now conclude with the programs of our national anthem.
WSG